Good afternoon, everybody. Here we are in a 2021 Mazda Miata MX-5 RF Club. We're going to do a quick drive with the top down, 6-speed automatic transmission, unfortunately, but it does drive pretty well. Let's go ahead, guys, and put the top down so we can do a little bit of rack top down driving. Since we did a review on this car, this is just an extra video to show you what it is to drive with the top down. So we got the retractable tool. It's all set and done, which is awesome. I'm gonna put the windows on just a little bit. We just had a bit of a Florida rainstorm, so let's go ahead, guys, and put this 6-speed manual, 6-speed automatic into gear. And let's see how this drives with the top down. See how much wind buffeting there is, and check out its driving dynamics with the roof down. So I just mentioned we just had a pretty good tropical rainstorm, and typical Florida rainstorm. It's a little bit warm and humid, as you might see some of the steam rising from the street, which is just normal. There's no it's not coming from the car or anything like that. In case you might notice, somebody might notice. So pretty cool to drive an automatic. I've driven a convertible in quite a while, or at least a semi-convertible. It's more like a T-top, but the power, right, guys. So look at the 4-cylinder i-activ engine. It's pretty quick. I mean, it's got some decent power. I'm gonna put up the windows up a little bit more. So not much wind buffeting. You'll probably hear some of the wind in the microphone, but it's not bad at all. A little bit of wind buff, but you can still have a pretty good, decent conversation if I'm correct. In terms of the car, I love the car. I love this Mazda. It feels so light, so good on its feet. You know, such a good little sports car. Iconic car from the, when Mazda introduced it in the 80s. This being the 4th generation Mazda Miata, you got a bit more power that Mazda put in 2019. So it's got some pretty good power. The brakes, yeah, the brakes have a good and strong brakes. These tires feel fantastic, even though they're only 205 millimeters of thickness. The brakes, I haven't even activated the ABS. Yeah, it's got some good power to the brakes. There's nobody behind this. So the power is not bad. I mean, it definitely goes. If you floor it, you gotta wind up the engine, definitely, of course. But it does feel very good. It's light on its feet. Tires have good grip, even though they're not that thick tires. It's got good mechanical grip. But I love the way this Mazda feels. Feels fantastic, feels light on its feet, and all my things are flying out. Sorry, guys. But I do love it. As you can see, guys, we're here in the convertible. Beautiful Florida sunny day, in between rainstorms. Awesome feeling of this Mazda Miata RF Club 2021 version of this Mazda. It really feels fantastic. Of course, I'm a little bit cramped in here. I guess we are. That's the Mazda lane assist saying, hey, you're out of the lanes except when you put on your turn signal. So as you can see, it's already drying and it's becoming a little bit hot. But I wanted to give you guys at least this drive with the top down. And yeah, we got some noisy trucks going along. So the engine does pull. Engine's got some good power. You gotta rev it up, but it does, it does get out of its way pretty easily. There's plenty of power for this car. Now, of course, everybody will always say, "Oh, it can do with more power," but then again, you don't need it. Talking about it's got plenty of power. Now, talking about the handling, it feels very good. It's very nimble. I mean, it doesn't even take any lane spaces here. Excellent the way the steering feel is. You got a nice rack and pinion steering here. The suspension is a little bit on the more of a sports car side, a little bit stiffer. It's not harsh by any means. It feels very good. Definitely tells you what's going on, and especially the steering. Steering feels excellent in your hands. Plenty of feedback, and this car would be fantastic for some autocrossing or taking it to the track. Even though this is not, basically a lot of power, but great momentum car in the track nonetheless. I definitely could use some stiffer springs to me. I mean, a little more stiffness to the body roll. There's quite a bit of body roll you feel when you turn, but does feel very nimble though. It does feel very controlled, which I love about this car. I mean, I have not driven in a manual Miata yet, which is the two I've driven of this era have been all with a manual, with a 6-speed automatic transmission. So yes, I'm out of the lane, my dear. I know. I'm sorry. Like you can see, guys, you got the Mazda lane keep assist there working hard because I'm just slightly going off track. But the car feels good. I mean, even though we're in convertible, it's got there's not a lot of wind noise. It's pretty quiet, although we're going much more lower speeds nowadays. But I love this way this car feels nonetheless, for sure. This guy turning, oh shit, it is turning. So, but great little car, awesome the way it feels. Obviously with the regular Mazda, you can, obviously if you got a rainstorm, you can just stop. The regular Mazda converter, you have to stop and put the manually up. This you can just stop and press the button. It'll go up in about 20 seconds. So that's a great advantage of this Mazda. Having this Mazda Miata's RF, mechanical automatic hardtop. Even though it's not a full convertible, per se, but this is fantastic way this is. This kind of T-top type of roof that this Mazda gives you. So, but in terms of power, yes, it's got some good power. I mean, if you floor it, it definitely goes. Handling is really fun. I mean, this is just such an untouchable car. There's no other thing like it. You can see all the steam coming out of the streets here. Absolutely love this car. Feels fantastic. Good, powerful brakes. The handling is, it's decent. It's pretty good. It's really good. Obviously, I think it needs a little bit of stiffer anti-roll bars, in my opinion. But it does feel fantastic nonetheless, guys. I love this little Mazda Miata. Little quick drive here, guys. So obviously we got a little bit of a slick spot on this road, as you can see. But wow, this Mazda is fun to drive. I can just feel it. This car just meant to have fun for the beach, for the weekend car to go out. This, obviously there's not much space in this car to do a long weekend trip, but there's not a lot of space. Of course, we got basically none space to put anything here. Just barely to put a phone, just barely for some things. But yeah, there we go, guys. So wanted to give you guys a quick touch of the top down. There's a little bit of wind noise, but not horrible, to be honest. I'm shocked there wasn't really more wind. There is a little bit of wind buffer here for the wind that helps you out a little bit, control that wind. But other than that, guys, fantastic little car to drive with the top down. I really recommend it. Obviously, I had the windows up to control a little bit of that buffeting that since we are recording. Fantastic, always does Mazda. I love this little thing. I love Mazdas, and this MX-5 is no exception. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this type of content. Subscribe, like the video, guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.